Let's get started with our LibPD Android app by creating a new project folder on the desktop. I'll press Shift-Command-N to create a new folder, and I'll name that folder Learning LibPD Android. Next, we need to clone the PD for Android repository from GitHub. To do this, I'll open the terminal using the Spotlight application in Yosemite. To bring up Spotlight, I'll press Command Spacebar. Then, I'll begin to type terminal and press return when the terminal icon appears. Within Terminal, I'll change the current directory to the newly created Learning LibPD Android folder. For the sake of time, I'll type cd and hit space in Terminal. Then I'll head to the desktop folder. I'll drag the Learning LibPD Android folder into the terminal, and that will copy the path to that folder in the terminal. Now I'll press return, and this will change the directory to the project folder. To clone the repository into the project folder, I need to follow the instructions located at the bottom of the PD for Android page on GitHub. I'll scroll down the page and then copy the line of the instructions that contains the git command to clone the PD for Android repository. Heading back to the terminal, I'll paste the copied line and then press return. This will tell Git on my machine to head to GitHub and copy the repository to the current folder, which is Learning LibPD as we created earlier. If we take a look within the project folder, we'll see that a new folder called PD for Android has been created. We can't stop yet, however. We need to make sure that we initialize and update two submodules that PD for Android depends on, PD Core and Android MIDI. I'll head back to the terminal and change directory to PD for Android. Then I'll type git submodule init to initialize the submodules for PD for Android, and I'll press return. After the submodules are shown being initialized within the terminal, I'll type git submodule update to update them, and I'll press return. Once this is complete, I'm finished with the terminal. Let's take a look at the contents of PD for Android. Within it, we'll head to the folder labeled PD Core. We're most interested in the JNI folder, and then within that, LibPD. In this final folder, you'll find the contents of the LibPD library. If you don't see contents here in this folder, something didn't go quite right with the git submodule init and update. Let's head back up to the root level of PD for Android, and then we'll take a look within the MIDI folder. As with the previous folders in PD Core, if you don't see any contents here, then something didn't go right with the git submodule init and update. The most important folder here is the Android MIDI folder. This folder contains the contents of the Android MIDI module which PD Core depends on. Now that we've cloned the PD for Android repository from GitHub, it's time to create a new Android application using Android Studio.